London, 1675. The Puritan government of Oliver Cromwell has collapsed. 15 years earlier, the exiled Charles Stuart had been restored to the throne as King Charles II. We are in that period known as the Restoration. The theatre, like the king, had returned to its place at the centre of English society, and with a vengeance. But it catered almost exclusively for the gentry. The theatre was an expensive place to visit.
Divert yourself with that vizard meantime.
Some whore, I warrant you. Or a chambermaid dressed in her latest old clothes.
The audience went as much to be seen as to see. The theatre was a place to meet and talk, and taking its cue from the king, a place, frankly, to chat up members of the opposite sex.
Hideous stalks! Sensation!
After a period of repression, the new reign was a signal for exuberance, energy, and unaccustomed freedom. The best seats in this sort of theatre were on the stage itself.
Who have we here? Pinchwife! Do you like me clothes? French cloth!
The actors had a hard time of it, and often the stage manager had to intervene. The audience was exclusive, apart from the whores and orange girls. Out of the entire population of London, only a couple of thousand people ever went to the theatre, where the drama on stage and the drama in the auditorium were often interchangeable, the one reflecting the other. In the intervals, the grandees paraded their finery on stage. And indeed, the play often had to take second place to what was happening elsewhere in the theatre.
Courtesy, I pray silence. May continue her role.
Well, Jack.
The Country Wife by William Wycherley is a good example of society mirrored on the stage. And it's worth watching how the plot develops in a series of comic encounters. Pinchwife has returned to town with a pretty country girl as a wife. But because he fears for her virtue, he keeps her hidden from the town rakes, especially Horner.
That is to be heard is thou art a cuckold.
Insupportable name.
But I did not expect marriage from such a whore master as you. One who knew the town so much and women so well.
Why, I have married no London one.
Oh, that's all one. That grave circumstance.
And you'll notice that in these restoration comedies, the names of the characters describes them. So you get Pinchwife, Lady Wish-for-it, Lady Fidget, Mincing, and even Horner.
At least we are a little surer of the breed there. Know what her keeping has been, whether soiled or unsound.
Come, come, I've heard of a clap gotten in Wales.
Anything out of fashionable London was derided and mocked, usually by the town wits. Their repartee was very much part of the style of these plays.
But her modesty, homely, wholesome, housewifely, that's all.
But prithee, was not the way you were in better? Is not keeping better than married?
Pox on, the jades would jilt me. I could never keep a whore to myself.
So then you only married to keep a whore to yourself. Women are like soldiers, made constant by good pay, not by oaths and covenants. Therefore I advise my friends to keep rather than marry, since too I find by your example it does not serve one's turn. For I saw you yesterday at the theatre in the 18-penny place with a pretty country wench.
You see my wife there? I sat there that she might not be seen.
I warrant 'twas his wife, which he seated there out of sight, for he's a cunning rogue and understands the town.
Hell and damnation, I am undone.
Was it thy wife? She was exceeding pretty. I was in love with her at that distance.
You are like never to be nearer to her. Your servant.
Nay, you shall not go.
I must. I have business at home.
To beat his wife. He's jealous of her.
'Tis hard to find an old whoremaster without jealousy.
As well as wit, Restoration comedies always told a good, strong story. Here, Pinchwife's knowing sister chaperones the young bride, Marjorie, the country wife of the title.
He says he will not let me go abroad for fear of catching the pox.
Fine. The smallpox, you should say. But here comes your husband.
Oh, dear, dear Bud, welcome home. Why lookst thou so fropish? Who has nangered thee?
You're a fool.
And so she is, for crying for no fault. Poor tender creature.
What? You would have her as impudent as yourself. As errant a Jill flirt, a Gara a magpie, and to say all, a mere notorious town woman.
Why, pray? Who boasts of any intrigue with me? What lampoon has made my name notorious? I keep no company with any women of scandalous reputations.
No, you keep the men of scandalous reputations company.
Would you not have me civil? Answer them in a box at the plays, in a drawing room at Whitehall, in St. James's Park, Mulberry Garden.
Hold so. Do not teach my wife where the men are to be found. I bid you keep her in ignorance as I do.
I might be angry with her, but she will tell me nothing of the town, though I ask her 1,000 times a day.
Were you not talking of plays and players when I came in? You are her encourager in such discourses.
Nay, Bud, she chid me just now for liking the player man.
Nay, if she be so innocent as to own to me her liking them, there is no hurt in it. My dear, you must love me only, and not be like the naughty town women who only hate their husbands and love every man else. Love plays, visits, fine coaches, fine clothes, fiddles, balls, treats, and so lead a wicked town life.
Nay, Bud, if to enjoy all these things be a town life, London is not so bad a place, dear.
How? If you love me, you must hate London.
The fool forbid me discovering to her the pleasures of the town, and now he's setting her agog upon them himself.
Oh, pray, Bud, let's go to a play tonight.
Peace, I won't.
Why, love?
First, you like the actors, and the gallants may like you.
What? A homely country girl? No, Bud. Nobody will like me.
I'll tell you then, that one of the lewdest fellows in town who saw you there told me he was in love with you.
Having been enticed, Marjorie puts pressure on her husband.
Pray, Bud, let's go to a play tonight. Faith, not that I care one pin for what they say there, but I love to look on the player man. And I would see if I could the gallant you say loves me. That's all, dear Bud.
That's all, dear Bud.
Come, let's go abroad before 'tis too late, for I will go, that's flat and plain.
So, the obstinacy already of a town wife. And I must, while she's here, humor her like one. Oh, sister, how shall we do that she may not be seen or known?
Let her put on a mask.
A mask makes people more inquisitive, and her shape, stature, habit will be known. And if we should meet Horner, he will be sure to take acquaintance with us. Must wish her joy. Talk to her, kiss her, leer upon her. And the devil and all.
Nay, shall we go? For the exchange will be shut, and I've a mind to see that.
I have it. Our I'll dress her up in the suit we are to carry down to her brother. Nay, I know the town tricks. Come, we'll go dress her.
And so, Marjorie, dressed as a young man, meets the rakes on her way to the theatre, much to Pinchwife's horror.
Your servant, Pinchwife. Who is that pretty youth with him?
I believe his wife's brother, because he's something like her, but I never saw her but once.
Extremely handsome. I've seen a face like it, too. Come, let us follow.
Let's go, Mistress Parker.
But I haven't had half my belly full of sights yet.
Then walk this way.
How now, Pinchwife?
Your servant. I have business, sir, which I must mind. Your business is pleasure, therefore you and I must go different ways.
Well, you may go on, but this pretty young gentleman,
The lady and the maid.
shall stay with us, for I suppose their business is the same with ours. Pleasure. Stay with us. Prithee, Pinchwife, who is this pretty young gentleman?
One to whom I am a guardian.
Who is he? I never saw anything so pretty in all my life.
Talk. Don't look upon him so much. He's a poor, bashful youth. You'll put him out of countenance. Come away, brother.
Oh, your brother.
Yes, my wife's brother. Come. Your sister stays supper for us.
I thought so, for he's very like her I saw you at the play with, whom I told you I was in love with.
Oh, Gemini, is this he who says he was in love with me? I am glad on't, to be sure, for he's a curious, fine gentleman, and I love him too already. Is this he, lad?
Come, away.
Why, what haste are you in? Why won't you let me talk with him?
Because you will debauch him. He's yet young and innocent, and I would not have him debauched for anything in the world. See how she gazes on him, the devil.
Let us torment this jealous rogue a little. Good night, dear little gentleman. Ladies, good night. Farewell, Pinchwife. Did not I tell you I would raise his jealous gall?
Sexual desire at its most coarse and direct. Yet one cannot help feeling that Wycherley, himself deeply influenced by Molière, disapproved of the new morality.
Stay, hold.
Where? How?
Whither? He's only gone with the gentleman who will give him something.
Something? Oh, something with a box. Where are they?
The actress was born in the Restoration Theatre. Boy actors from Shakespeare's day had, of course, grown older during the Commonwealth, and they would act again, but playing male parts. Women playing women was the novelty in the theatre under Charles II.
He's afraid that you should love another man.
I know my damn line. He's afraid that you should love another man.
The Country Wife was one of the first plays to epitomise the spirit of the Restoration. The sort of women's roles written by Wycherley, Congreve and others could never have been played by men. The whole point would have been lost.
The gentry who sat under us, so I could not see him. He said none but naughty women sat there, whom they toused and moused. But I would have ventured for all that.
But how did you like the play?
Indeed, I was weary of the play. But I liked hugely the actors. Oh, they are the goodliest and properest men, sister.
Oh, but you must not like the actors.
My sister, how could I help it? Sister, when my husband comes in, will you ask leave for me to go a-walking?
A-walking? A country gentlewoman requires as much airing as her husband's horse is.
And I suggest no dramatist faced with an all-male cast would ever have bothered to write a scene as overtly saucy as this.
Harcourt, Torrent, let us torment this jealous rogue a little.
Oh, come, pray, let him go. I cannot stay fooling here any longer. I tell you, his sister stays supper for...
Does she? Come then, we'll all go to sup with her and thee.
No! Now I think on it. Having stayed so long for us, I warrant she's gone to bed.
Well then, if she be gone to bed, I bid her and you a good night. But pray, young gentleman, present my humble service to her.
Thank Thank you kindly, sir.
Tell her, my dear, sweet little gentleman, for all your brother there, that you have revived the love I had for her at first sight in the playhouse.
Did you love her indeed and indeed?
Indeed and indeed. Pray do you tell her so, and give her this kiss from me. And this. And this.
What do you kiss me for? I'm no woman.
So there 'tis out. I cannot nor will stay any longer.
Nay, they shall send your lady a kiss too. Harcourt, Darrell, will you not?